Hello and welcome to this week's workshop. My name is Tim McCracken from Crypto Academy World. Today we're going to delve into the realm of fear. What would you do if you were not afraid? And how to go from zero to hero in cryptocurrency. Now, I have a very interesting story to share in regard to this. Here is my journey from crypto skeptic to crypto master. Now, in 2014 was my first introduction to cryptocurrency. I was a guest speaker at the Sydney Property and Investment Expo, and I was showcasing a project for our client. Before me was a speaker who was advocating the benefits of Bitcoin and why Bitcoin at $600 was an awesome investment. Now, I knew nothing. I was skeptical and I was full of fear. I didn't want to do anything. And when I started my presentation, I go, well, internet, funny money, bricks and mortar, the only way to build wealth. It wasn't until 2016 that I had the real WTF moment. And what I mean by that is all of a sudden I discovered that the price of Bitcoin had gone to $6,500 in 2 years. What that meant was the properties that were showcasing at 400,000 on the same timeline, if it was Bitcoin, would be worth $4 million. I had to learn more. So that's what really triggered my journey. I've gone on through, I've been published in books, my own radio show, and internationally recognized. So my fear, uncertainty, and doubt held me back. I could have afforded to buy 10 Bitcoin. Imagine what they'd be worth today, nearly $700,000. So, as I said, I'm the founder of Crypto Academy World, and we have a team here of 3 concierges who are appointed and allocated to you when you come on. So what that means for you is you're dealing with someone direct all the time to help and guide you along the way with clear and safe passage. Fear and FUD. Now, FUD is the crypto term acronym that's been developed over time. So let's first of all look at fear, an unpleasant emotion caused by being aware of danger, maybe a fear of loss. Let's look at what FUD means in the crypto world. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Now, FUD is an acronym for fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Now, there's a lot of that circulating in the crypto market, especially in YouTube, because they're out there trying to get subscribers and viewers so that they get paid from your viewing. Now, looking back, my FUD, my fear, has cost me a significant amount of money. Would my world looked a little bit different today as I'd taken action back then? But I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to go. There was no learning. There was no academy. It was too much. Now, do I regret that from a financial point of view? Of course. However, it propelled me on the journey to take me to where I am today. And what a journey it has been. Fear, false evidence appearing real. Just think about that. Think about fake news, and especially look at all the elections going on in America, all of the nonsense that's going on and on and on. At the end of the day, you and only you can choose the way that you think and the way that you feel. If you decide that the evidence being presented to you is false and go into fear mode, what happens if it was real and someone was telling the truth? Imagine what it would be looking like if you were presented with true evidence. And that's what we're going to look at today. Now, let's go into the dreaded YouTubers. I call this the echo chamber. Remember, they are there for a certain reason. They are running businesses. A lot of them are heavily sponsored and pushing agendas. They're not clear and objective. Whereas with the Academy, we're not like that. We're 100% acting for you. We're fee for service. We don't have any sponsorship. We don't take any commissions, and we don't rely on any advertising. Because with YouTubers, you are the product. That's right. As we know, there's no such thing as free. So what you see is all these extremes from one day to another that causes a lot of confusion. And they also take sometimes a very condescending approach as well. Let's look at this character here. Now, BitBoy is a heavily paid spruiker and shiller. He's somewhat known as the clown of cryptocurrency. Yes, Ben is entertaining. However, everything he says is tainted, and he does in his own best interests. Again, causing fear, uncertainty, and doubt with people that are trying to learn, because it's highly emotive and it's highly exaggerated. And then you've got the shillers. How to turn 1,000 into 1 million with 3 coins. I don't know about you, but in my journey now, since 2014, nearly 10 years, I have not met anyone or heard of anyone real that has turned 1,000 into a million. Their claims cannot be verified and validated, so you should be very, very skeptical. On the other hand, YouTube is a great medium. We just use it for education as a tool. You do have genuine people. So let's look at some of these genuine people that you should listen to. First of all, Rayo Powell. He has got his own hedge fund. He is very, very credible, a global macroeconomist, and he gives very, very good clarity on and is unbiased of what's happening in the cryptocurrency market. Then there's Kathy Woods, a Wall Street veteran, ARK Invest. She's been around a long time. She actually has her own hedge funds and different other funds in disruptive industries. Kathy is actually doing it. And again, very credible and well worth listening to as well. And then there's the juggernaut, Michael Saylor, the Bitcoin maximist, a man who put $500 million of his own money into Bitcoin, plus Microsoft strategies. It's now one of the largest wallets in the world. So there are a good people out there. Just be very careful who you listen to on YouTube. At the Academy, we operate under a doctrine of social proof, which I'll explain to you now. And it goes as follows. Does this work? Can you do this? Can you make money? And this is what we're going to look at today. First of all, can you follow a system that is tried, tested, and proven? Some people can't. And if you can't, then this isn't for you, and that's okay. Can you control your emotions? Now, we are all emotional. We have to sit down and really look objectively. Are we acting in fear or are we acting in truth? Can you be consistent in applying the process that we have? Some people are very consistent. I find starting out as a tradie, measure twice, cut once, because there's consequences. You know and understand that you just follow what's meant to be done. Now, here are some of the past results in the previous bull market about 4 years ago today. As you can see here, the results have been quite stunning. Ethereum, 11x, 1,000 to 11. Cardano, 48x. Storm, 38x. And Polygon, formerly known as Matic, 15x. Now, if you look at the storm curve, there was a very long lead-in period. And quite often you see this in cryptocurrencies before they surge. And this is where we spend a lot of time doing our research, because what we do in Specialized is the entry point at the beginning of runs of cryptocurrency. So where are we now? Cryptocurrency is very seasonal. There is a 4-year cycle, the Bitcoin halving. And in that cycle, we have a spring, summer, autumn, and winter. We're now about to come out of the spring and head into the summer. It has very, very predictive patterning. What that means is patterning can be tracked. Here is the Bitcoin history of every month, positive or negative. And as you can see, October and November, December's very, very big months. This is what's called the J-curve. Now, what I'm going to do before I introduce the J-curve is ask you this question. If you could predict with a high degree of certainty the outcome of a financial market, what would you do? Again, if you could predict with a high degree of certainty the outcome of a financial market, what would you do? And here we see what is known as a J-curve. As you can see in the previous 3 cycles, the halving has occurred. And then we have these upward surges going in A and B and a C leg. Here we are today at the beginning of the halving. What do you see? What do you think is going to happen? So what does 10x look like? A lot of people have been saying this on YouTube, get 10x, 20x, 50, 1,000x. But let's look at 10x. Is that possible? Well, we know it is, because there's more than that last time. We had average of 9.8x. Remember Cardano, 48x. So what does this actually look like in a chart? Here, as you can see, is a breakout. Here is a stair step. And here is the J curve. And here is the God candle. So what we do in Specialize is doing all the chart work and present it to you in a clear, simple, and easy understand manner to understand. What that does, you'll know that they've got systems and processes. It removes any fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Now, let's have a look at a curve here. Now, this was actually bonk, as you can see, a long lead-in period. But like Storm, this is what we call the crypto slumber. Here, highlighted, you'll see 1, 2, 3. That's what we call 10x and plus trigger points. Something occurs at this time to bring these trigger points on. And then it triggers on up to the J curve. And this is what we call crypto gems. Now, bonk did 50x. And what we do is we research it, verify, validate when these trigger points are real and genuine, and then we go into action. We have very unique systems and processes that have been developed over the last 4.5 years. Let's look at our first one. This is our investment model. What the model does, it looks for either value of existing coins or opportunity of new coins. As you can see, it is a 5-step process, whether it be value or opportunity. First, we must identify utility. If it has no use, then it has no value. Then we look at the network effects. Is it currently in effect or other potential? And we keep stepping up, looking at the other factors. If it passes each stage, it then goes into the orange quadrant, where we do our own internal proprietary tests, where it must score 72% or more. Now, if it does that, it then qualifies to be rated. In our rating system, we have 5 factors, and we assess all those on an averaging basis. It must score more than 6.5 to be accepted. Even if it's passed through the investment model and it scores, say, 6.2, we reject. Now, what this means to you is that we can present you with a cryptocurrency that has been through processes and systems and analyzed and gives a summary of an overall rating. What this means for you, it is very clear, simple, and easy to understand, giving confidence to move forward. Then we have our crypto signals. We call it the traffic signals. What we do is we recommend you buy when something is overly sold, no matter what market is, when prices are down or trending down. We do not buy the reds because that's the danger zone. That is where people go in. YouTubers are pumping it. They see all the stories. They see it in the media. If you're seeing it and reading it and it's pumping, chances are you're coming into an overly bought situation. And when it cools off, it could come off 60, 70, sometimes 80%. And that's what's called getting wrecked. If you are consistently buying in the green and in the blue, there can be only one outcome. So when you take this, our investment model, and you add that, which is our rating system, and then add this, our crypto signals, what does that look like? What does this mean to you? This gets presented in a very clear and simple manner like this. And this is our dashboard. So as you'll see there's the coins, there's the ratings of those coins, so you know they've been tested. And then we also look at the potentiality multiplier. Buy the greens, buy the blues every week, dollar cost averaging. Pretty simple, really, isn't it? Don't buy the reds. Or conversely, if you've held a coin for some time and you've got a big margin, maybe it could be a good time to consider selling that coin. Our crypto signals are updated weekly on the back end, and I'd love to show you. I'll invite you to come on a tour where you can see this in detail. It is a very detailed record of what's happening and being bought every week with a monthly aggregate of what can be withdrawn and how much income you can make. These results are archived every weekly for our signals, for our quantum, Zen revenue, and also gems. And as you can see here, we keep them all archived so we can analyze for movements in the future. What we do is we look at creating passive income for you. As you can see here, when you come on the tour, $10,000. with $100 a week consistently bought means that every month you can consider taking out a sum of money, providing a passive income. We'll discuss that when we do the tour. Alternatively, if you're chasing those 10Xs, what we do is the same system, except we overlay a different research pattern as we go in there looking for those 10X movements and trying to find those crypto gems. Here are 6 reasons why we have achieved the outstanding results that we have. First of all, as mentioned, we're 100% independent. We act for you. We are fee for service. We're objective. We have systems and processes, as you've seen, and you'll get to explore even further on your inspection of the back end. Our research and rating system is very, very accurate. Now, as you can see, when you're continually buying the greens and the blues, there can be only one outcome. This is what we call our traffic light signals, because we're subconsciously wired to go on green and stop on red. Most importantly, there's no emotion. There's no FOMO. In fact, it gets to be a little bit boring. You just log on, you look at ones and then you say, okay, well, I'm going to buy that one there this week. Pretty simple, really. So here are some frequently asked questions. Question 1, when can I get my capital back out of the market and generate income from the house money? That's your profit. The answer to that, a minimum of 3 in a fast-paced market, but really we say 5 to 6 months in a gentle market. Now, we're coming out of a ranging channel. We've been in there for 7 months. We're getting set to go into a fast-paced market. Question 2, how much capital do I need to get started? As I mentioned before, $10,000. Question 3, how much passive income can I realistically make? Our research shows we can prove to you that with $10,000 capital, you can generate net up to $2,000 per month. Here is our income quadrant, and one of the things we discussed with you. Are you looking for a passive income? Or maybe you're looking for a secondary income to substitute what you're doing at the moment. Some people are looking to replace their primary income, and some people are looking for life-changing income. Again, let's go back to our doctrine or social proof. Does this work? We know the answer to this. Can you do this? Can you follow systems and processes? Only you can answer that, because if you can, the third question is, can you make money? Most importantly, you must be able to control your emotions when everyone's losing their head and buying in a frenzy. Probably a good time to not do anything. In fact, maybe it's a good time to sell. And can you be consistent in applying the weekly process? It is this consistency that determines the level of your success and outcome. You don't want to be going aping on in. Sometimes the market comes back. And again, because we're dollar cost averaging every week, we consistently buy coins on the lower part of their cycle. What you get from us is a 12-month performance assurance, because we know our systems are tried, tested, and proven. And here is an example of a 12-month performance assurance based on data and movements in the market. How the performance assurance works, that if there's a severe pullback in the market of more than 25%, we pause that until it recovers. And if it takes 1 or 2 months, we then add that on to the 12 months to make it, say, 14. Likewise, once it's achieved the assurance period there of 1x, okay, our obligation to you has been fulfilled. You may or may not want to sell at that time. Again, that's up to you. But more importantly is that all the surplus profit that you make and all the bonuses, 1x, 2x, or whatever it may be, is 100% yours. So what we'll be looking to do is take a $20,000 account to $40,000 in 12 months' time. If it takes longer, we still provide the support so we can deliver on the outcome that we've promised to you. Does that make sense? So we have several introductory programs which I'm going to go through today. The first is what we call a basic program. Now, this includes a how-to consultation of actually how to use the indicators. Then you get 12 months of 15 easy-to-do signals, and you're pretty much left to do that by yourself. However, proficiency standards are applied if you're new to crypto or if you're highly emotional. We're not going to allow people into our data that could go out and wreck themselves. On the flip side, if you've been doing this for some time and you feel confident that you can do it without support, then that's fine. This program could be good for you. We also recommend you have a minimum capital of Australian $10,000. We also have capital available up to $30,000 and there are terms and conditions that apply. So you can raise the money, have capital to trade, and do quite nicely. And then we've got our foundation program. Now, the difference between the foundation program and the basic is very significant. First of all, you'll get your personal concierge, as you saw in previous sites. You allocate someone there who's there to help and support you. There are no chatbots or anything like that. It's just people dealing with people by phone, email, or through WhatsApp. We also have our foundation tracking system to make sure that you are on track and you're doing the right thing. It also comes with a 12-month performance assurance. We can't give a performance assurance on the basic because we don't know or supervising what you're doing. In addition, you get a bonus of 30 signals of high performance signals compared to the 15. And 12-month access to live crypto room, which is like a general education things that you can tune into and log into our YouTube channel if you can't make it on time. The basic program is only $19.98. As I said, it's basic. We show you how it works, we set you up, and away you go by yourself. So there's no support, there's nothing else from that time on, and we really do make strict restrictions apply to make sure that this is the right program for you. With the foundation program, with the 12-month performance assurance, the concierge, the high-performance signals, the tracking system, and the live crypto room for 12 months, it's only $5,984 and represents an incredible value. So what we're doing today is a special promotion. That price is going to be significantly reduced. Do you want to go ahead? That price has now been brought down to $2,494. That's incredible value. It's only about $500 more than the basic. So what you have to ask yourself, is it worthwhile the cost to have that performance assurance? Let's say you're starting out with $10,000 or $20,000. What's $500 to make sure you actually get the result? By yourself, if you're being emotional, making some erratic decisions, you could lose a significant amount of your own capital. Now, if you're in a position that you want to go ahead and you don't have to get some money organized, that's fine because you can actually secure this program with an initial deposit of $494 and then pay the balance and we'll get you up and running. So that's it for today. The next step is that if you want to do a deep dive, you can book a time with me. You can either contact me on LinkedIn, or there's my phone number, or send me a message on WhatsApp, and we'll book a time and we'll go into the back end and we'll see how everything works. I look forward to speaking with you and seeing you soon.